Inside, the story of Port Adelaide 2015, proudly presented by Renault.
Inside 50, a kick that he will get the distance. Now it's all down to accuracy. The crowd like it, they rise. He supports, and a goal to Freo. Yeah, big goal there to Michael Barlow. Remaining in this quarter, out the back, five again. Can run in for his second goal, and Fremantle starting to capitalise now. Any suggestions what you do about this guy if you're an opposition team?
Well, he can just do everything. And that's the beauty of him.
Over the back again. Clark finds space. Barlow with the right foot banana. Sandilands, that is your goal.
They are sensing their side is right on top. And so are we. It's a 25-point ball game. It leaves it open, but they are really looking to be a fairly scary proposition at the moment, the Fremantle Dockers.
Here's Crozier, inside 50, thought about giving it, went the low ball, and this time, Fremantle succeed. They lead it by 31.
We can actually get hold of the game right now, if you really believe to go for it. And it's going to take a lot of people, almost every one of you, to give it a lift, I reckon. It's as simple as that. We're just playing right now. We are not doing it. They are working their asses off. They are defending us really well, but we are not challenging them. That's the thing that I don't like the most. We're just not challenging them. And let's stand up for ourselves. I mean, we have travelled, we've got here, we haven't quite got it right at the start, but there's a half to go. If you do believe, the game is still good. You kick 1 goal, 2 goals, all of a sudden, what are Freo thinking about Port? The 2 times we've played them this year, we've smashed them in the last quarter. Get a couple back in this year.
Polak on the left, around he goes, didn't get enough height in the footy, but Gray marks.
Good start. It is. Got the centre break, and then won some crucial 50-50 balls. Gray will not miss this.
So here he goes now, and they do it so well these days, and it's a great start for Port Adelaide.
Centre bounces so crucial. Fife and Wines going at it. You can see Wines there just battling, just finding a way to get his hands on the footy. And that's how they got that entry. That's how they got that goal. Really good start from Port.
About the 3rd or 4th time in the quarter. Goes inside 50. Good ball. And Gray will get a look. Gray comes in with an important kick at goal that he threads the needle. It's back to 11 points. Still trying to yank it back in. No time to go up the race. It's a tough game. Wine snaps and kicks an unbelievable goal. Porter back within 4. Zach Clark off hands knee. Porter pressing on the tackle there. Subin couldn't get him. Drills it inside. Westhoff takes the mark. Well within range. Plays on with a handball to Wines. Wines will run in and kick his 3rd goal. And they're back in front, Port Adelaide. Mazungu. Pressure causing the slip. White steps on the gas from 50 out. It's straightening. It's there. It's not touched by Spur. This is a big lead now for Port. It's a 9-point lead here for Port Adelaide. They've kicked 3 in a row, and they've busted this wide open. Couldn't get a second bite on it. They're out. They're out. They're out of the clamp here, Port Adelaide. Sandlander's got to chase Wingard. That ain't Mo Sandland, work the angle. Duffield and Need and Duffield. He needs help. There's lots of help, but he can't get it out to any of the help. In the end, somehow Port Adelaide got it to Wingard. Wingard snap at goal, and he kicks it. Back out by 10 points, Port Adelaide.
He's a star. He's an absolute match winner.
They were 31 points down. They were 31 points down at one stage in that second quarter, and a little bit of icing on the cake from Pollock. Port Adelaide, with a couple of seconds left on the clock here, are going to go into a preliminary final to take on Hawthorn Saturday at the MCG at 4:45 in the afternoon. Congratulations, Port Adelaide.
I know I just said to the whole group, there's still more to go. There's still plenty of work to go. Let's just understand what we've done. We've worked hard to this point, but she's not over. I said here 2 weeks ago we're going to give it a crack, and we're still going to give it a crack. And that's our idea, is to keep going. And that's what I said to Travis, the captain. You just got to make sure the boys understand there's still more work to do, and we've got to turn back up to training. We love the opportunity to train next week. We're the happiest blokes ever about training again next week.
Isaac Smith from well within Smith range. He lets it all hang out, and he just milked a beautiful big-time goal. Hawthorn by 22. Bruce from the intersection of the 50 and the boundary. Gunston Mark play on goal. 28-point Hawthorn lead. Biggest margin of the game.
Man, that is going to make it really hard.
Confidence comes.
Pollock gets a look, drives deep inside 50. Wingard got the box seat here. Elevates, almost got hold of it. Little one by Gray around the corner. The man of the moment's kicked the goal. Port Adelaide are back in business. Huge kick. Goes the left banana and he goals. Wingard has goaled. They're back within 16. They're a big chance.
To get back to the goal line here, the ruckman.
Pollock from 55 metres. It's right there. It's there. I think it's a goal. I think it's a goal.
All clear for a goal.
It is a goal. Port are back. 4 minutes to go. They're back within 10 points. The place has gone berserk.
This is unbelievable. Hawthorn have stopped.
Port, Wingard, 70 out, gets it in. Oh boy,
Oh, yes.
Monfries is marked. Oh no, Richo. Monfries is marked within 20 metres. This to get it back within a kick. Hawthorn have stopped. Port are back within 4 points. They're back within one straight kick. Can you believe it? Takes a bounce. It'll be a big kick. Here comes Monfries. Monfries and Lake. Lake and Monfries. 25 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 2 seconds.
I thought he was going to play holding the ball.
Hawthorn have made the grand final. Hawthorn have won. A promoter's dream. Buddy versus Hawthorn. The two best sides make it.
Your margins, boys. I just can't be not proud of you. But you're hurt, and you should be hurt. That's what should happen. You should hurt. Because you had a chance to play in a grand final today. And you didn't get it done. And that's tough, but that's bad. And here's some key, and that's why I say it's about small moments, getting it done when it counts, in games, and you just weren't able to do it. For long enough, and that's probably, they've got a lot of experience, boys. I don't want to fall into that excuse. So 34, 48 clearances. And what did he say last year? Such a small margin. You just can't miss the obvious targets. The critical targets. And that'll hurt. This game will hurt. Hurt last year. And it's a long, long, long way to go to get there. But you've got to be up for the battle. Because in great footy clubs, they just keep coming back. They make pre-season harder, they make it tougher, and they just keep pushing each other to the limit. So it's when we get our chance, we take it next year. We take our opportunity.
Port Adelaide entered the 2015 season with really high internal expectations and an enormous amount of hype externally about our prospects. We played that incredible preliminary final against HAWTHORN. We were very proud of it. It was a great game. We felt as if we'd made great strides in 2014. And we felt, more importantly, that we could improve the program further. We'd recruited Paddy Ryder into the team. We brought Michael Voss into the coaching group. And we were really, really confident about what we were doing. And we had this incredible challenge of 5 brutal games to open the season, none more confronting than going to play against Fremantle at Subiaco in round 1.
Hamill missed the target. Mundy. Fremantle could take the lead back here. De Boer looks up. He's got the runner. Neo! Unbelievable. Get out of here. How good's this? It brings tears to your eyes to see this beautiful game played so magnificently. In amazing spirit by 2 of the best teams in the competition. To set the scene for what should be an outstanding 2015.
Stand here, guys. Protein. Stand down. Face yourselves. Stand here, guys. Face yourself. Protein. Stand here, guys. Face yourself. Protein.
In here, that's still okay, isn't it? You can. I'm not going soft on you, but you don't need to be smashed. You don't deserve to be smashed. You had a crack. Trav, remember last of the Sydney game last year? Maybe the consensus, but we went a bit soft. Oh, I'm a bit. Hopefully, a bit more reality. That's 2 good teams playing on their home deck, and it went to the last bit. You're okay. That's what you got to know. You're okay. Recover, recover, recover. That's the important message for you coming out of the game. Because next week's just as tough, and you should look forward to that. Because the more of these we get, the more prepared we'll be in that space. All right? I'm not gonna just be an idiot and say you were and you didn't do this, and you didn't do that, and you didn't do this. I thought you tried pretty hard, but you lost the game. That doesn't help, but that's for you.
Round 1 was a classic. We were prepared for it. We'd had a great pre-season. But Freo at home to Subiaco is just a really tall order. A cracking game, but we didn't come away with the win. And we were really conscious that night that the following week was going to be just as tough. Blockbuster, first home game, the boys from In Excess, the atmosphere incredible against Sydney, but again, fell short.
West next week. Jetta around the corner with a beautiful non-preferred foot pass. Boak just got bullied out of the way by Buddy. Have a look at this. 2 toughies. Bang!
Time in defence. Heaney bounced off his chest. Paddy Carlisle. Great follow-up tackle from Heaney. Opens the door for Towers. Towers, a bit of icing on the cake. It's all the Sydney Swans. They've dominated this one. 43-point leaders. Pressure. Hobbs' kick out wide. Needs tried hard. Nick Smith, and there's the siren, and all smiles for the Sydney Swans. They have dismantled Port Adelaide at home tonight in front of 50,000. A 48-point win to the Sydney Swans.
What'd you learn? Combat combo score sheets, just off the top.
-30.
Yep. Tackle score, just off the top.
-26.
Yep. What part of the game let you down in that space? When we're talking about what we learned, what part of the game lets you down in that space? If you're going to get beat like that.
Hardness.
Correct. Genuine hardness. That's what beats you in that space. Hardness and work rate, Ollie, I reckon. Nothing else anyone wants to put up there? That's an insult. When you can say that. It's an absolute disaster when you can say that. They bashed our captain. No one did anything about it. Did anyone do much about it, Trav? Or I don't know. Did anyone out there think they helped out a little bit with Trav? It seems like we've seen it. Recover really well. Get yourself right.
It was a pretty disappointing effort by us over the whole game, and then especially to say that we weren't able to support our captain. It really hit home, I guess, that we weren't doing our job for him. He was trying to lead hard, and we just weren't able to support him well enough. So, yeah, it hurt the playing group because I don't think they're deliberately going out there and playing like that. I think that just at times we all just get caught up in our own games, and there's your captain having a hard tag, and guys just weren't able to see that and weren't able to react to that. So I think that we definitely took that on board, and going forward we really tried to make sure that shifted.
It was a massive letdown against Sydney. Opening night at Adelaide Oval, and also we let our captain down. And I think the team felt really bad after that. It sort of, they were deflated. But next week, the big games kept coming. North Melbourne, previous year's finalists, no rest.
I just think you've got to be super agile, and you've got to be super at ground level on air, because the surface is just different, the ball speed's excellent, you've got to be clean, and that's what you want to run on your cracker.
Types? Cracker. All right, cracker. Greaves in. Cracker's in, boys.
Two rights.
Now we've got to find out who's Cracker's going to play full game.
There's no doubt, I think having Arch in there as a big body with a bit of power, I think it's a good thing for this one.
As a sub or
live? I don't want him to sub, because they're going to come in and be the ball we're after.
Ready to do it? Yeah. We're really excited for you, but it's a long journey back for you. But you're ready to play. Everyone wants to play. Back up their thoughts. Good luck. I know you won't make it. Good work. All the best. You're honest.
I'm not on there. Yep. What's going on here? Oh, bullshit.
What an amazing story. What do you think about it?
Kenny's come down with the sheet and showed me that I was playing, and tried to hide my emotions. I was very happy. He's told me that he trusted I'll get the job done, and congratulated me to getting a game, and it was a long journey and we deserved to get that game, and I was very happy, and I walked around the corner after I finished talking to him and I just wanted to jump through the roof.
I just come off a pretty solid game, I thought, against South Adelaide in the SEMIFINAL. Thought I played all right, and the coaches are pretty happy with me, but didn't really expect anything, just thought it was another normal sort of week. And then after the main training, Kenny comes around and tells you if you're playing AFL or SEMIFINAL, and I wasn't on the SEMIFINAL list, and he turned the page over, and there I was sitting on as the sub in the AFL team, and he said, "You're making your debut," and I was probably pretty shocked. I didn't expect it to be happening so quick, and after the shock wore off, it was just excitement. I was finally playing for the Power.
I'm not going to talk for long. I'm going to tell you what we agreed on. I'm going to let you play. I've got an amazing trust in you as a group when you put your jumpers on. And I've still got that, and I'll always have it. And our coaching staff will always believe in you. But the one thing we want to make sure that you're prepared to do tonight is that you're prepared to play the footy that makes us win. It's a really simple message for us. We've had a really strong week. We've got a commitment to the team. I think all we need to do is leave you alone, let you get ready, and make sure you play the way you want to play. Let's go.
Yeah. So you can just feel the tension under the closed roof here at Adelaide Stadium. Tringo taking a turn in the ruck. Well done, Robbie Gray. This is the first game of Archie. Clever play. He got it out to Young back in the side. Young will kick a goal and give the Power the lead back. That's exactly what he does. Power are back in front. They lead it by 2 points. Thompson goes long with the torp. Port have won in an absolute thriller over North Melbourne by 8 points.
Hawthorn game loomed large right from the moment that that draw was released. It was ANZAC Day. We'd fought very hard to maintain a really strong presence on ANZAC Day round. It was a night game. It was against the Premier, and we really wanted to put on a huge show, and we got straight back into that mode.
Right, it's that perfect type of day for us, an uncomfortable type of day. And you think you've been perfectly prepared for this? There's some great opportunities because you've got to fight. You've got to fight against the odds tonight. And each one of them that's building up for us, I reckon, has been fantastic. Because it is the mindset, the mental strength that you have to get through the battle. Tonight, you've got to be prepared to go. When you play it there tonight, you've got to remember who we are. And we are what, and I didn't put it up there tonight, the family stuff that goes up there, the sacrifice stuff and the team stuff that goes up there. That's who we are. And 22 again tonight that go to play. You've just got to be prepared to go there tonight. You've got to be insanely driven to make sure that whatever you do tonight, there's an intensity about it that you've never gone to yet. Never before in your whole footy career, or in my time here with you, you've never been there before. I'm telling you, it's never been as hard as it's going to be for you tonight, but you've got to commit to it. And if you invest in it and you sacrifice for each other, you'll come away on a significant day in the true spirit of the Anzacs, and you'll come away with the victory that we need tonight. But it's a total investment. You know, and I often say, and I say it after games, that you get sore tomorrow, boys. Tonight, get sore tomorrow. Get off the ground as quick as you can. Get up, tackle another bloke. When you go in and put your fingerprints on the ball, go in there with the rock hard body. And bring home the game that you want to bring home tonight. Put it out there for everyone to see, and it will be a significant day for you. You'll remember Anzac Day 2015 forever. Let's play.
Talent, the Hawks. Right, a clever little tap. Wingard through some traffic. Now gets a bit of clear space. How about that for a starter? Umpire says play on. It was touched. Doesn't
unique day, and it's a pretty special day in Australian history, and for us to go out there and represent our club and then put on a show for our club and for the country. It was a pretty special moment, and it was a big start from the boys, and they really turned it on early, and it was an emotional night for us all, and the boys started really well, and then Hawthorn came back as we knew they would. They're a quality side, and I guess in true spirit we sort of kept fighting on and hung in there in the end and come away with the result.
Yeah, we're reasonably happy with how we're looking after 5 rounds. I think we're 3 and 2, so and we played some quality teams in the opening part of the year, so we were reasonably happy, but I suppose over those next few weeks we were really disappointed with our form. We lost a few games that we felt that we should have won, and things started to slip away a little bit, I suppose, and we weren't playing the footy that we wanted to.
So this won't bring Port Adelaide much joy at all. Hartlett comes in and misses anyway. Massive challenges ahead for Port Adelaide. They're one of the high fancies going into the season. They've got real issues.
All right. Who's tired? Anyone? Not tired. A bit tired? Good. You'll be tired by the time we finish, I reckon. That's the only thing I've heard. Smart ass, but I've got to be an honest smart ass. Because you deserve what comes. I've said it from day dot, that you get what you deserve, and we are getting what we deserve. Some simple messages need to be. Unacceptable effort deserves honesty. Does it? Unacceptable effort deserve honesty? Is that what you want? Come on, don't fluff with me. Tell me if you want it. You need it? Yep. So as soon as you go away from wanting to give, you're going to get nothing back. And isn't that reflective of where we are right now? Because we're not prepared to give, always. As a footy team, we are just not prepared to go there. We want to go to a spot of take and not give. Really disappointing day when you get a team that behaves like that. Because you deserve to be called, we deserve to be called pathetic. We deserve to be questioned whether we work hard enough. We also deserve to be questioned about have we got ourselves in front of the whole competition. You have, and we have, me included. My job is to give you the facts, and the facts are that. You don't want to work hard enough, you think you're a good team, and you're not. Good luck. Sleeping, good luck with waking up tomorrow. Good luck at what we should have done with it. At some stage, you'll decide, at some stage you might decide that it's worth more.
That team meeting after the game was tough. It was honest, and it was what we needed, I guess, because we really didn't perform to our level and to our expectations, and so I guess that was the byproduct of that. We were able to sit down and assess where we were at and assess what just happened and really try and make some inroads into improving and going forward.
We led into the Richmond game, which was really significant for Kane and on his retirement night, having copped a bit of criticism actually around the whole circumstances behind the decision for Kane to retire mid-season. But for us, we thought it was just really, really critical that we honour a player of Kane's significance to the club. Have a think about this. He's a 300 game player, the only Port Adelaide AFL team member to play 300 games, 4 best and fairests, had a really difficult 2 or 3 years earlier. I just thought it was important for us to get that night right, and even though we didn't win against Richmond and it was a difficult game against a quality side, the way in which our people came out and honoured Kane that night, there was 45,000 people there. I thought it was wonderful, and seeing out there with his kids, and it was an important moment for both Kane and for the club.
We got everyone? She's yours, Wiggy?
Yeah. Eddie's got a towel for me in case the struggle tissues aren't probably going to cut it. So Ed's got the towel, and yeah, I just walked in, like when I was 17 years old, and didn't know much about much really. And walk out, 32, these guys, amazing life. All you boys coming over here, came into the club when I was probably on the way out really, and the first thing he said was, we're going to extend your career and make sure you go out on the right way, and I couldn't thank you enough, because everything you've ever told me is you've done exactly what you've always told me, and it sounds like a simple thing, but it's just, I just owe you so much, Kenny. You could have easily shown me the door and gone with the young boys, but still to this day you give me the big jobs. You show so much faith in me, and the reason I'm leaving so happy and fulfilled and is because of you, so thanks, Kenny. Choco as well. I'll catch up with him in a couple of weeks, but just really lucky to have 2 of the best coaches. And it's probably the proudest thing when I look back in my career is that I've just been able to hang in there, and to see the result of what you guys have done and the way you've turned it around is something that I'm so proud of. You're the most selfless, hard-working, determined group of players I've ever played with. And I know you're going to get what you deserve. And I can't wait for that day. Because no one deserves it more than you boys. I'll start to wrap it up. I'll probably, with my mantra around sort of footy, has been that every night when I go to bed, I ask myself if I can look at everything today to make me better, and if I did that, then I can put my head on the pillow and sleep well, and knowing that if you played shit but you gave it everything you did, you could still sleep because you couldn't have done sort of any more. I guess that's the way I sort of leave, knowing that I probably couldn't have given it any more.
The Bulldogs were really only just emerging as the powerhouse side that they've become this year, and it was a real arm wrestle for 3 quarters. We ended up getting ahead of them and winning by 5 or 6 goals, which was a good win, 2 wins in a row. But the really significant thing for me was that as the guys were walking off the ground that night, I couldn't help but notice that Travis had pulled them aside and was really having an earnest discussion about him, and I think it was a moment that we will reflect on as the moment that Travis really took hold of this side.
There's the siren. And Port Adelaide are going to come back here next week off the back of 2 wins and try to keep some momentum going. It was a tough night. There was nothing in it to three-quarter time. But when the game needed to be won, the power was sensational.
We had to beat them in that today. I don't think we got there. We were down at three-quarter time, but it'll be interesting to see. But look, we'll cover now and move on. And Friday night game against Geelong back here next week.
Even spread today, not many passengers.
Oh, not at all. Yeah, we've all got a role to play, and Kenny knows that he puts the team on. If you play your role, we'll win. And fortunately enough, we were able to play off roles for enough of the game, and we got the 4 points.
Well, mate, you got a meeting out there. I'll let you get to it.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Baz.
Yes, Ollie Wines, a big night, and Travis Boak having a chat to the boys. They've got their season back 5-5, but he's telling them there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work coming up.
Yeah, that's great. You know, he could even be...
Yeah, what happened late in that game, I mean, we had the game in control. We had a fantastic last quarter, and but what happened late in the game was we went away from a few structures. There was a play in the back line where you know, we wanted to kick the ball. You know, it was late in the quarter. We wanted to make sure that there was no more score, and we still were playing a bit fancy. And you know, there's a certain couple of plays in the last quarter that just weren't acceptable. You know, if we want to be a ruthless club and set high standards, then you know we need to make sure that the whole game is how we want to play it, and we play it to a standard. And it wasn't done in the last 5 minutes of the game, and we went away from playing team footy, and it was a little bit more you know, showy, I guess, in a point, and just need to make sure that if we're going to go forward as a club, we can't have that.
Yeah, we had a pretty good win against a quality team in the Bulldogs. You know, there was a part in the last few minutes of that game where you know, we didn't execute what we wanted to do out in the ground. So Boakey brought us in as a group straight after that and gave us that feedback. And you know, we wanted to play a certain way in those last 5 or 6 minutes, and we just didn't get the job done. And you know, we won the game, but we really wanted to try and improve and get better, and you know, that stuff wasn't going to hold up in close games. It could have really cost us. We were lucky enough that night that we still got the win, but we thought going forward, and Boakey thought going forward, that we needed to be better than that.
The game against Sydney at the SCG was a really important game for the club. It was a Thursday night national standalone game. We'd come off 2 really disappointing losses against Geelong and Carlton, and we were really up for the battle. We were in that game for 3 quarters, but disappointingly fell away in the last quarter and had a narrow loss. So as we got back to the hotel and were reflecting on a really disappointing loss in a season that was very quickly slipping away from us, little did we know that we were going to wake to some tragic news which was going to put the whole season into a different perspective.
You've got some breaking news which you can give to us here on 5 to Play.
Police have just come down to confirm that the 55-year-old man who was murdered here at Somerton Park at 2 o'clock this morning was the coach of the Adelaide Crows, Phil Walsh.
We now know that Crows coach Phil Walsh has been murdered and that his 26-year-old son has been taken into custody.
I cannot remember a situation like this.
It's seriously shocking news to wake up to this morning.
I'm in shock, I suppose, like we all are. When you're a coach of a club, you're a father figure for 40-odd lads from the age of 18 to early 30s. Those blokes will be going through a fair bit of grief at the moment.
I mean, this is something the game hasn't had to deal with previously, and this is going to be a most trying day.
Our game is in mourning today because Phil Walsh gave such a lot to our game.
Time ticking. Collingwood, can they roll the dice? What can Langdon do? The clock's going to beat them, I think. Who takes the mark? Oh, Elliot Nelly, no mark. Port win. What a night. What a win. Their season is still alive.
he'd have been incredibly proud, wouldn't he? Just the way it was done. Us trying to up for a bit of the time and then kick the grass. Kick the grass at the end. Just make them get at the grass and try and hang on. It's tough, isn't it? The game that we play, and we get to enjoy it. You get some incredible friendships out of it and connections forever, you know. And for some people, had a long time with Phil in this footy club. You were lucky ones. You were the lucky ones. The rest of us only got a little bit of time. Incredibly proud. Just, not just me, but all the coaches. I mean, you boys supported me this week, and I'll always be grateful. Just some texts and how you going? I wasn't going that good. I just want to thank you. That's all I want to say. Thanks. Could have meant a lot tonight. As much as anything I've ever been involved with in football, that meant as much.
Being in a footy club is probably one of the best places you can be in a situation like that, and I guess for our group we've been through it before, which was with JMac, and the only thing you can do is just stay together. And as I said, we're fortunate enough to be in a football club in an environment where we're together, and we can deal with the situation together as a group because we're together all the time, and that's the way we dealt with it. We try to get on with what we loved, and that's playing footy. And what Phil loved to do was coach and play footy and being involved in footy, and that's sort of the mentality we went out with. Let's just go do what would make him proud and what we love to do, and that's play footy, and that's sort of the way we went about it. And the guys stuck together, and it was a tough night. It certainly was a tough night, and you see the emotions after the game, that how hard it was. And I think you know, before the game and the build-up, you try and hold all those emotions in, and you go out and play footy, and then you see at the end that the release of it all. And certainly there was a lot of tears out in the oval, and then in the rooms after the game, everyone just sort of let all their emotions out. And but fortunately enough, we're in it together.
There's going to be no more fear, Kenny. There's no more fear. You're going to have no more fear in this group, that there's going to be individual performances. You want to play for this club, you want to represent our jumper, team care, all right? Who's with me? Hearts, are you in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Levo, you in?
Yeah.
Loads, you in? Yeah. Lead the way, all right? Gus, are you in? Yeah. Fridge, you in? Follow, all right? Fucking big moment for us, all right? Just team care. If you don't want to bring this, stay in the room tonight and don't play again, all right? You bring this, you follow the leaders, you follow me, and we win, and we make a change, all right? We make a change tonight. Talk about the light bulb moment, what's happening right now. Right now, we stick to this. Team care, no more individual, it's not fear of that again. And it's happening right now, all right?
We were struggling still throughout the season, and we needed to try and take it to another level, and that was certainly the week that we took it to another level as a leadership group, and from my point of view, tried to try and change it up and just do something uncomfortable that was different for the group. And I mean, we got the result in the end, and I was proud of you know, the way the leaders stood up, and the rest of the group followed.
To go forward, Colquhoun over the top to Wines. He's got the running Boat coming with him. Gets around Stanton pretty easily, and Boat just drifts and slides that one through.
Courage from Boat. Good movement. Wingard's always dangerous.
Oh!
What about that attempt? Ridiculous. Nearly pulled it down. Picked up by Need. Round the corner. Power have got 4 in a row. What about that? He'll love this, Paddy Ryder. Huge moment in this game. That's what he's got in front of him. He lent it a little bit to the left, but he snuck it home. 4 goals to Ryder.
Early wanted to go, Ryder beat him. Paddy Ryder, 4 goals, 3 of them coming in this crucial last quarter for the former Essendon star. G. Need went and led with the head. That's why he didn't get the free. Boak out the back door, dribbles that one through. And Port in control here at the moment.
Yeah, they came home hard, you're right, BT. Port and win. They had to win this one to stay in the finals.
Yeah, I guess Trav just, you know, really put himself on the line. Just said to the boys, you know, I'm going to get out there, I'm going to lead, I'm going to be doing all the stuff that we want and that he wanted us to follow. And I guess if you weren't up to it, then not to put the jump on when you left that rim. And you know, the guys really fed off that and got out on the ground and. Yeah, it just came together for us.
So we came out of the Essendon game pretty pleased, actually. It was games at Etihad are always fast and furious and difficult, and went into the Bulldogs game back at Etihad Stadium knowing that the season was on the line and very, very optimistic about our chances. We just felt like with so much riding on it, the team would turn up and put in a performance that we could be proud of, and unfortunately that just didn't happen.
Goes for the talk, gets plenty on it, and that behind will count. But Port Adelaide's season finally put out of its misery.
I'm worried that we're going to suck into ourselves again and not get it done. You're just in the competitive stuff, that's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about, because you know how to play offence, you know how to play defence, you know how to play stoppage. You know how to play contested ball. Something goes missing when it gets hard. I like the fact you're going to try and refocus, which is a positive for me, because you can't sit still and do nothing. That's really positive. But at some stage, you've just got to own up and say, well, yeah, I've just got to be tougher to play against and more physical in this game of football. And we're going to play a side on the weekend. I would have watched the Bulldogs, and they'll come and they'll say they're just going to run and run and run and throw the ball around, handball the ball around, and really go up. It'd be nice just to make a stand, I reckon. Stand up and be tough for your side. Not one that just falls over.
I mean, effectively, with 4 games to go, we were, you know, not going to play finals, and you know, it would have been quite easily for the guys to just drop off and not worry about the rest of the season and just sort of play it out. But we wanted to make sure that we went into the last 4 weeks showing a lot of pride in the jumper and a pride in this club and playing for each other, and that come from, I mean, the traditional Port Adelaide football, and that's playing tough, hard footy.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing season for Port, but they just need to play this last month out. There's a bit of biffo in the middle of the ground early on, so let's see if it carries on. We're looking for a good game here at Adelaide Oval this afternoon.
There's Boak and Buck going at it, also Gray and Griffin. Boak and White, who wants to put the speed on. Outside of the boot, pokes it back to Mitchell, has to go. Bang! Caught by Davis, held his ground, Boak flicks it up. And open goal, Need.
They're all really keen to get over to Kane Mitchell, weren't they? The players very impressed with the courage of Kane Mitchell to actually make that contest running with the flight of the ball that allowed it to spill free. And the Port players came from everywhere.
Ward. GWS 3-2 Ward, got him too high.
Jason, you keep saying there's a lot going on off the ball there, Jason. Just keep a big eye on Budge and Boak at the moment. Boak is absolutely trying to get under his Boakie's skin, and he's just about to let one rip, I reckon, Boakie.
It's been reality TV at its best.
Here we go.
Umpire's getting in the way to make sure that doesn't get out of hand, but we've still got a half of footy left.
Oh, the sub, Nathan Cracker getting involved. He'll be in all sorts for that, won't he? Can the sub come on and start pushing players around the room?
I don't think so. I've never seen a subs vest pulled.
Oh, this is getting bigger now. Close.
It's close to bubbling over.
Who's lifted in this last turn, the captain. High, goal square, Wingard, Butcher. Wingard off hands, can he get a step away? Superstar! Goal square, Archie from 4 deep. Wingard again! Right man, right time! And he pumps up the volley to 11.
GWS, we had to prove a point. We were being seen as soft. We had nothing to play for, couldn't make the finals. GWS had everything to play for. They tried to intimidate us and we fought back and we played the Port Adelaide way. And that was a huge message to our fans, that we never ever give up. And then going into Hawthorn, we had to pick ourselves up, do it all again, against a team that no one gave us a chance of beating in Melbourne. And we love that.
Jay Schulz is in, Jackson Trengo's out, you're playing Hawks under the roof with a forward line like they've got, you got no Carlisle or Trengove. Aren't you just a little bit nervous? You know what I reckon, Jacobs?
Never
I reckon
ever give up.
Jacobs, I think Port are going to get flogged.
Don't say that, Rowan.
Thanks for coming in. My prediction tonight for 4 on 20 is that Hawks' score will double Port's. I think that their scoring power will spook the Port Adelaide team, especially if they start well.
Pokey got heavily tagged by Thomas Bugg last week. I reckon he'll be off the chain tonight. He'll have 30, but they'll get beaten by at least 60.
I think the Hawks will win quite comfortably, and I think that Port won't kick over 65 points. 65 or under, they'll kick.
Hawks in a canter for me tonight, and Ruffy, time to just flex the muscles a bit. I think they'll just get hold of the Port Adelaide defence.
He's going to get in the vote.
Tonight, Hawthorn will win very, very comfortably. I'm not going to go for the obvious of a little bit more Cyril. Are you ready for it? Because my game prediction, I'm along your path there, but I reckon the Ruffy's going to do it in the midfield. Ruffy.
And the tips that I've gone for, I reckon Hawthorn, it could get ugly against Port Adelaide. The Hawks will win convincingly, and I think...
Yeah, but I reckon it might get a bit ugly for Port Adelaide tonight. I really think Hawthorn is going to have a big win. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I can sense Hawthorn wanting to put Port Adelaide back in its place. So I'm expecting the Hawks to have a pretty big win tonight.
Ryder laying it down. Gray doing brilliantly, getting through to Monfries. That's Gray at his best. Monfries gets his second. He's got an open goal. He decides to set it for Need. Needs quick. Needs a bounce. Stops, props, and then rolls through a goal. It took a while. He worked it out and delivered. Forward Lake held his ground very well. Shawls to Hartland, who should goal, and he does. Oh, now the lead's starting to build. It's a strong left foot. That's a brilliant kick. Monfries gets a free kick in the goal square. Wow.
Chad Wingard just hurt himself hitting the post there. Ran into it. I hope he's okay. Doesn't look good. No.
So let's have a look at this again. Wingard.
It's his hip that gets him. Up against the post.
Butcher. Both feet used. Now, he seems to be okay. Let's check. Yes, he knows where to kick it. Gets his second. That's the last say. Exclamation point. Oh, he's roused.
A little bit of spite just starting to come into this game. And you see Wingard letting Hodgie know.
They win at the football down in front. Well, Gibson stripped of it. Monfries off balance. Coughed it up. Lewis stolen back by Wingard. Real chance here. He's tucked it too far, has he? No, he's got the goal. Just sneaks it in. He's got 3. Well, Archie wanted to stop. Has to go now. Gives it to Need. Need snaps. I think he's kicked it. Oh, that could be the sealer. He's got his second. 94 plays 73. Hawthorn staggering that Eddie had on Friday night.
Came here tonight. I honestly thought Hawthorn would win by 10 goals.
Long, good-looking kick. Brilliant kick to the right guy. And Wingard's got Monfries running hard. And he does the team thing. Archie's got Monfries in the square. Not this time, Daddy. I want it all for myself. How good's Chad
biggest defeat for the year. A huge night for Port Adelaide, a good night for West Coast, and the competition turned on its head. Wingard with his 4, and the Hawks lose. And Port Adelaide get their 10th win and maintain this great recent record against the mighty Hawks. What a stunning upset.
Against Hawthorn, it showed we stand up, we can take any team on. And against Gold Coast, exactly the same. They tried to intimidate us, and we fought back mentally and physically and said, you take us on at your peril. And that was a great point to prove. And then going into the final round at Adelaide Oval against Freo, again, another point to prove to our members to say we've learnt from our mistakes in the middle of the season. We're playing the Port Adelaide way, and watch out 2016.
The boys really came together as a group, along with Kenny, leadership group, to really focus on what we wanted to stand as a group and what we want to stand for as a club. And I think passion and physicality is what this club's bled through years and years of football. So I think that's what we really wanted to stand up for, and I think we showed that in the last coming weeks. We just got to keep, I suppose, the consistency up.
Crabber to kick that long. Sam Gray, Robbie Gray, Hamish Hartlett, who can kick a long ball, gets it to bend. There's the perfect answer.
Still on here. There's a bit going on. Lockie Neal, they're into Lockie Neal.
Get out of it, Lockie. Oh, a bit of biffo. Who said it's a dead rubber?
To Need, he waits, and now puts the jets on. The speed machine. Need, put the afterburners on, hits, put your lace out.
He'll handball it.
Over the top, and that brings the crowd off their feet. What? Puts it into the 3rd tier. Stolen back by Amon. The Port head to summer, Fremantle head to finals. 69 points the final margin. 122 to 53.
Be a bigger question. I'll tell you what I learned in 2015. I learned you get what you deserve. That's what I learned. Right, so that's my lesson. You know, as you say there on the ground, it's got to hurt. It's got to hurt a lot to finish football right now. And if you really want the hurt to be real, watch the finals. It'll be easy to ignore them. It'll be easy to dismiss them. It's what you're missing out on playing. It's what you should be playing if you were tough enough for long enough. And we weren't tough enough for long enough this year. We've got a lot of people in the room that got a lot of improvement in them, and a lot more work in you, and a lot of effort. 2016 started 4 weeks ago. And those edits I showed you in the last 3 weeks, of today, and again the second quarter, you're a good footy team. You're good people. But you just need to understand that good people don't get given things. They have to work for them still. Don't give it up. Pursuit of mastery is what we're after, and we're not giving up until we get there.
Inside, the story of Port Adelaide 2015, proudly presented by Renault.